Hello everyone, welcome back to House Gnome Gaming and our playthrough of Medieval Dynasty. Last time we built our lovely home. Did you get a good look at it here in the daylight? And now that we've done that, our quest has updated. So we need to set a rabbit trap, make a stone knife, hunt a wild animal, and survive for a season, and we get 20 Dynasty rep. We already got 20 Dynasty rep for not dying in our first day in building our house. And then we have this story quest. This is a long-term quest. We have 18 years to finish this quest. It's going to require you to run pretty much all over the map, and towards the end, they get harder and harder to complete objective-wise. So we're going to go a little further into this quest line and then abandon it for a while. We'll let it just hang out. So we're going to just work on our survivalist quest. We need to build a rabbit trap. 10 sticks. And let's find some berry bushes to build this near. Now you don't need to bait it or anything. Tomorrow we should have a rabbit in there. And then I was watching another streamer play this game, and they pointed out something that I never realized, and actually they didn't either. They discovered it. You go into the map and you go through the filters and you look at wildlife, wild animals. It will show you, as you've discovered the spawn locations, what are active in the area. So if you've discovered a bear spawn location and the bear is actively there, the little bear symbol will pop up. If you've discovered, say, a wolf location, then the wolf location will pop up if the wolf is active in the area. It doesn't seem like it shows it if there is no wolf in the area. So that's helpful. I wish I'd known that much earlier on. All right, what do we need to make our stone knife? Oh, we have the stuff. Let's make that. All right, and we need to kill something. I'm going to run out here. This is where the boars tend to spawn in this area, is out here. There's also some Wycent and a few other things that spawn out here. I don't want to fight a boar right now, but I want to see if I can discover the spot. There's clay pits nearby too. That's why this is such a good place to build your settlement. Oh, okay, there's a boar right there. Discovered fox, discovered rabbit before. Usually 2 or 3 boars out here. Alright, he's running off. Oh, here's big boy number 2. If we get close enough, they will aggro. Aha! There we go. So we have boars right here, and that is the fox. Okay. Alright, we need to kill an animal. Rabbit or a deer is our best bet. The rabbits are a little tricky to hunt, though, especially with the spear. Once you get your hunting site, it's easier because you can spot them and approach without scaring them. Come on, bugs, where'd you go? Oh, there's something. Is that him? There he goes. There's one. Come on, stop and sit. I'm so bad at hunting. Got him. Alright, you want to take your weapon, because they can get lost sometimes when you're skinning them, and you have to have a knife in order to skin him. Oh, I am so embarrassingly bad at this. Oh, nice. The stick, I want the bunny. And you can see down at the bottom right, there's a white circle around the weapon that I have equipped, the spear. That shows how much durability your weapon has. So that's why you want to make sure you're carrying multiple spears, especially because... That didn't get anywhere close. Oh, I can't. Because if you're fighting a wolf, you will go through several spears. Alright, this camp is lootable. If there was a fire going in the camp, that means it's a bandit camp, and you want to stay far away. They have a decently large aggro range, but because there's no fire, this is an abandoned camp, and we can take whatever we find. Some wines to sell. Come on, line up. Good stuff to sell. Ah, some food. Nice. Well, whoever was out here was having a party. A potion of sobriety. Yeah, they needed that with all these empty mead bottles. No. Actually, don't need to crouch often in this game. This looks like a toilet paper roll laying on the ground. Alright, then we get everything. Just a few sticks and stones left. Alright. Let's go ahead and drink. Probably going to go ahead and build a well this episode. You can drink directly from the well, which is convenient. You don't have to run to the river, but I mean, it's only convenient if you're in your town. But I want the building points from it. Alright, we'll run back to Gustovia first to talk to Dobranica, Unagast's wife. Now that we have completed our first quest, we'll go back and talk to her. There's our home. Hello, home. And while we're there, we'll sell some of the stuff we just picked up, because that's good stuff. Might as well pick up some stuff along the way and make some more knives to sell. There's good deer hunting up in there during a lot of the seasons. There's also a couple of wisent that run around up there too, so you have to be careful. Some wolves that can spawn. Alright, let's see. I need to eat something. And I'm getting heavy. We'll sell those salted fish. Let's make knives to sell. Better weight down a little bit. Excellent. Crafting, sewing, and cooking. I'm going to increase that. Yes. Also get points for hunting. Steady hand is really important. And tracking is what we really want to get to. So we need to put 1 point in one of these and then earn a 2nd point to get tracker. And that's what gives us our ability to enter inspector mode, which shows friendly animals in green and hostile animals in red, and allows us to see the sticks on the ground and stones on the ground and all kinds of fun stuff that we need. I was aiming too low. Too much drop. Feathers are also a good thing to sell. You get tons and tons and tons of them, and you actually don't need that many. Even when you're crafting arrows, you only need 1 feather per arrow, and you make them in stacks of 10, so you will get tons of feathers and not have much use for them. But they sell for a lot. I don't know what they do with them. Make pillows or beds or something. Lots of birds out. Right. I don't know why I'm bothering. Just killing my spear. That's all I'm doing. Run past her again. Must be in that tavern. Oh, who's the merchant? Hi, you're Dobraniga, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Rasamir. Let's see, Unaghost told me you can fix me up with some food. Hunger, thirst, and Unaghost. Well, it depends on what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. That sounds more than amazing. There you go. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my uncle. Alright, they said it in the prologue. Jordan. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unagast's friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. Lots of people died, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was a part of a traveling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unagast for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just a friend of his, he was part of him. Man left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unagast's presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What, are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sorts. Anyway, well, that was a trick question. So it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that. Or blindness. Or stupidity. Poor judgment, maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Oh, she's happy. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else, yet I can't imagine breathing without him. But don't let me go soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Dobraniga. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coins these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't try to be a hero. Men. All right, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called... Who came up with these names? Jerognuiga. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people if we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unagast asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Jordan. Oh, I see. Well, in that case... Aha, thank you. Alright, let's sell her some stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a quest. Never mind.
How can I help you?
So every time you sell, you are buy and sell, you're getting diplomacy points. Diplomacy is pretty hard to learn, so get as much as you can. Vendors have a limited amount of coin to spend every season. Once they're out until the next season, but there's always more than one vendor in town that you could sell to. Well, I shouldn't say always. There's typically more than one vendor in town. Bigger towns like Gastovia typically have 2 or 3. Alright, sell the beer. Sell the feathers. Firewood, we don't need that. Hold on to the fur. We sometimes get fur quests. Sell the bottle. Sell the bottle. Can't use the rye yet. Sell the wine bottle. Sell the wine. Sell the mushrooms, not that they're poisonous. Sell the ale. Oh wait, we need those, don't we? Pear wine. Sell the sobriety. Sell the salted fish. She just gave us the porridge. She also gave us the oat ale. We might need for talking to Unagast. Oh, and
only the best products here.
Sell that torch. Hold on to both of those. Sell those. It's only got one hit left, so we'll sell it.
Have a good day.
Alright. Oh, she gave us 7 ales. We only need 2 for the quest. Excellent. Is that him right there? Yeah. Hey, Unagast, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. Just so you know, there's not typically this much dialogue. It's only on these quests. Job well done indeed. All right, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend, a brother, actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Yellenburg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do, stealing. You were a thief? I was. And a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival at Yellenburg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. Grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with money bags strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham! What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? Ah, no. A smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of a man with 2 different eyes. It was your Uncle Jordan. The one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Let's see, haha, just like that? Or, wait, he did realize you were trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. That's just how Jordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of everyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed, apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at that moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In the matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by 2 barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Yellenburg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped the face with his sleeve, and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that, snaps his fingers. I relived that moment 12 times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake. Oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand. Understand what? He was full of crap. Ha ha ha. You see, Racemir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with 2 armed guards at its sides, and you want to know what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock. But Jordan, he just holds his head up high, walks right in, and demands the door to be open. You're right, that sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Or, I'm going to be straight with you, it all sounds made up. Haha, it surely does, huh? I and the pack were the only ones that have seen the behind-the-scenes of Jordan's show, and even for us, it was unbelievable at times. Wait, the pack? Dear Racemere, there's so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, then some meat if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunken, absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I'd even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter. Even after years. Needless to say, I left Yellenberg with him on that day. First time I went outside of the town's walls and never came back. That was the day the pack was born, and 3 years later there were 5 of us. A real team. A family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Nagast, for everything.
Oh.
Alright, so we have to come back here tomorrow. Get more story. For
Hello
right
there.
now, let's
Whatever you
sell
need, I've got it.
remainder of ale. Oh, we got some real money now. 1,400. Nice.
See you soon.
Alright, we need to plant some things. Okay, we can make a hoe. You don't have
Be welcome,
seeds, do
stranger.
you?
Only the best products here. Goodbye.
Greetings,
You sell
stranger. Whatever you
seeds.
need,
Okay.
I've got it.
Oh, nope, it's not you.
See you soon.
Oh, and Nagast got over there quick. Oh, hi, Alwyn. What can I do for you? Hi, my name's Racemere. I'm Alwyn. I don't recognize you. You're new here. I came here from the south looking for a new place. No, but we haven't met yet. Luck to you then. Continue. As for me, I'm a farmer. My job is to cultivate fields. In fact, I do the same work every day, year by year. Doesn't it get boring over time? If I were you, I'd die of monotony. Of course it bores me. How long can you do the same thing in your life over and over again? But my family needs my help, and I'm doing my best to provide for them. I did not mean to offend you. I'm sorry. There's no need for you to apologize. I'm a little bit annoyed and short-tempered recently. There's a delicate matter that won't let me focus on my work. What's that? Maybe I could be of some aid. It may seem petty, but I'm tired of my mother's conflict with Yura and Nowiga. Her son Dalebor won't leave my little sister Olga alone. I understand it's just a game for him. After all, when I was his age, I played with Dobromira, his older sister, pretended to be a knight, equipped with a stick instead of a sword, but anyway, I managed to protect her honor. Like every knight does, it's adorable in its way. Anyway, let's get down to earth. I think you need something to keep him busy and away from my sister, so that you can work with a clear mind again, huh? It would be nice indeed. I'll see what I can do. So those are our two main storyline quests.
My wares
never disappoint.
Alright, we need to start farming so we can get our farming points up, but we can only farm certain things in certain seasons. Beetroot can be in the spring. Cabbage, that's what we want, cabbage and or carrots. Collected during the summer or autumn. Planted during summer or spring. Okay, so let's buy 10 of those. And we'll need to get some more leather to make a bag.
See you.
Just get by killing a deer. Alright, let's head back to our home and build our well. Go this way. See if we can see a deer. Take a drink. Haven't run around up there, so we haven't discovered any spots. This one creepy sounding bird. I need to wait. Without that vision, it's easier to hunt during the day. I don't even think I wounded him. I don't think lynxes are typically hostile, so we won't attack. This is a deer spot. Is there a deer up there? Be dark to see to hunt soon. You can pull a torch out, but I find it makes it actually a little harder to see. I have enough money, I can always just buy a bag. Make up a few knives to sell to finance it. Oh, and I forgot to buy fertilizer anyway, so without that I can't plant anything. And we're home. Got a rabbit. Alright, let's build our well. Or lots. So you have to pay taxes on every... Oh, I said don't let a tree fall on you. Well, that was a short Dynasty. That is the first time I've ever died to a tree falling on me in this game. Okay, well, as I was trying to say before I let the tree fall on me, you have to pay tax on every building that you own in this game. So, whenever you build a new building, just know that you're going to pay tax on it, and taxes accumulate at the beginning of every season. So the first season, there won't be any taxes, and then day one of the next season is when it'll account for the previous season's taxes, and you pay them at the beginning of every year. Okay, well, I guess that's it for Medieval Dynasty. We will start a new run next time, and hopefully next time we won't die to the deadly tree virus I just died to. Also known as stupidity. And we'll skip through reading all of the story quest text. I won't put you through that again. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got as much amusement out of the end of our dynasty as I did. See you next time. Bye. Thank you for joining me for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. If you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when new videos come out. Once again, I'm House Gnome Gaming. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.